Second year. Second year. Second year. Yeah. It almost took me out. It almost took me out. Hey everyone, my name is Kamagala Mapoya Kamtsotsa Boza Ya Diwoza, and thank you so much for tuning in to Authentic Vibes, a little space on the internet where I get to be my most authentic self. As you can tell by the title below, we're talking all things second year accounting, and because I'm officially a final year undergraduate accounting student at UCT, I thought it would be best to give advice or to just tell new second years what it would be like for them at the University of Cape Town studying accounting. If you are an accounting student or hope to be an accounting student, this video is for you. Okay, so second year at UCT is quite a journey on its own. I think anyone who will tell you, or who is at UCT right now will tell you, second year is where it gets hot. And I don't mean like hot like, it gets hot, you're burning within second year. It's one of those years that really test you to the limit, that test your whether you have courage, it tests whether or not you have durability, whether or not you can endure a lot. Because in second year, you will be trialed and you'll be tested. You will be in situations that are really, really gonna like take the most out of you. You're gonna need some endurance in order to just like make it through the year, and not in a negative way, but like it is one of the tougher years. It is a very big jump from first year, and I think that a lot of us didn't expect that, and that's where a challenge comes in. Because like first year, not to say it's easy, but first year your courses are very general in the commerce faculty at UCT, so you just have very general commerce subjects or courses. You have economics, you have stats, you have maths, you have accounting one, you have financial reporting one, so like a lot of it is not too hectic. And then in second year is where you're thrown in the deep end. You are put into the lion's den and are asked to survive. Just to give you a little context, right? In first year you have maybe about 4 courses per semester. In second year accounting, first semester, you have up to 7 courses, provided you are on the mainstream program. So if you're on the extended program, you may have fewer courses, but if you're on the mainstream program, you have 7 courses per semester. Now, to give you context, some people only have 7 courses in their whole year, not in their whole semester. And yeah, we have 7 courses in first semester, and I just want to tell you all the course names and what we did in each semester. So in first semester, we did information systems, business ethics, financial management, financial reporting 2, management accounting 1, tax 1, and governance, audit, and assurance 1. Now these are the first semester courses. Now imagine, you came from doing 4 courses to doing 7 in just first semester. So your timetable is packed from 8 to 5 every day. If you're not going to lectures, you have tutorials, you have so many other things that you have to do within your time frame that it gets really, really hectic. I remember my first semester timetable, like my first class was at 8 o'clock. The first break I got was at 1 o'clock each day. From 8 in the morning till 1 o'clock every day for about 5 months, I had a class to attend. I had either a lecture or a tutorial to attend, and that's because second year is jam-packed. You have the most credits. I think second year accounting is where you have the most credits, and you do most of your courses in second year, and it feels like you don't even have time for anything. And I think that's where I want to be very like honest. If you're going into second year, time management will be your biggest like enemy, or it can work in your favor. So if you're very good at time management, you'll be fine. But if you're not, second year can get tricky very, very quickly. Like I said, every morning I had a lecture at 8 o'clock until 1 o'clock, and it meant that I really needed to look at my life holistically. Like, okay, during the day I have course and I have classes every day, but what is it that I can do to save as much time as possible? And because you have 7 courses, it does become very difficult to study every course in depth and in very much big detail. Like you can't go into detail with everything. You just have too much on your plate. And I think that's where going to lectures really, really helped me. I'm an auditory learner, so as soon as I learn something and I understand it there, it helps me like going forward. I try to learn and understand everything by the time you got it. So what I will say is in this year, playing catch up is very dangerous. There is no time to be playing catch up, especially with your accounting courses, because there is just so much work. Just to give you context, you have four accounting majors, which are financial reporting, management accounting, tax, and then governance, audit, and insurance. So these are your four main courses. Whatever you're doing, you need to make sure you pass these four courses. Like these four courses will determine whether or not you get into third year, so forth, so on, right? Those are the most important courses for you to focus on. So this is where you need to start prioritizing. And this may not be great advice, but this is what I had to do. I knew these four courses determined my future, if I could say. They determined the course of my degree. So I knew I had to prioritize these four courses. These are the ones that are the most important out of all the courses. And in first semester, out of the 7 courses I had, I knew these four were the most important ones. The other 3 being information systems, financial management, as well as business ethics, are not necessarily my degree, but I had to pass them in order to continue into the next year. So this is where you need to start thinking, what am I going to do to prioritize? Am I going to spend 3 to 4 hours on business ethics or information systems or financial management, where I need that time to focus on financial reporting, auditing, MANAC, or tax? You see, so this is where you need to start seeing or like valuing what is important in your life, right? And what I did was, because financial reporting is the basis of all the other accounting, once you get the main concept of financial reporting, you can kind of filter it into every other of your accounting courses. So people like to call like financial reporting like the king of all the accounting courses, because it filters into almost everything, right? And it is like the basis of all your other accounting courses. So I valued financial reporting at the top of my list. Financial reporting is the course I needed to pass the most. It is at UCT the course where if you get below 50, you can't continue with the degree. You're automatically transferred into general accounting. So it meant that financial reporting was valued very, very high. I needed to pass that the most, right? Secondly, you have to look at the other accounting courses and you're like, okay, what do I struggle with most? So I'm not much of a theory person, right? So I knew something like auditing was very tough for me because it's very theory based. It's more reading and understanding, and it's like a lot of exam technique, and it really did become another course I had to prioritize, right? So on my priority list, number 1 was financial reporting because it determined whether or not I can continue with this degree. Number 2 was governance, audit, and insurance because it's what I struggled with. And then management accounting, and then tax. Now, I'm gonna rank these courses as to level of difficulty, and this is just my opinion, right? This is just my opinion. You can decide whether or not this is true for you. Now, in order of difficulty, in my opinion, based on my experience, and when you're in that position, or if you've already been in that position, please comment down below what it is that you would prioritize, like from most difficult to least difficult, or from most important to least important, or just how you prioritize your courses, just to give other people context and maybe help them understand, second year accounting better. Now, for me, this is just my priority list or my difficulty list. At the top of the list, the most difficult course is governance, audit, and insurance. I know. It is one of those courses where you look at it and you're like, oh, piece of cake, just theory, just need to read. But for me, governance, audit, and insurance was not my best friend for most of the year. I think I really struggled with not necessarily grasping the concepts, but exam technique. And this is where I will have to say, if you struggle with governance, audit, and insurance, make your tutor your best friend, number 1. Like, your tutor is being paid to teach you and to help you. I'm not saying annoy them, but make sure you talk to them and ask for help. They are your first line of defense with governance, audit, and assurance. Secondly, go to your academic trainees. So these are former students who are now like assistant lecturers in the university, and they're the ones who kind of set the test paper and they set the test and the exam structure and everything. Go to them, make them your best friend as well. Governance, audit, and assurance showed me that simple things can really like affect your whole performance, right? Because with governance, audit, and assurance, I'm just gonna call it GAR because that's what we call it. We call it GAR. GAR is really not conceptually difficult. So now that we've spoken about what is difficult and how they've personally challenged me, I'm gonna talk about how you can improve, or what is it that you can do at home, just to help you in second year and to just give you an advantage, an unfair advantage, you see, the competitive advantage, and just get you across the line, not scraping 50s, but maybe getting your 60s and your 70s. If you're really brilliant, getting your 80s and your 90s, like just a little few tricks to help you with like accounting in second year. Number one, set up a timetable. I can't tell you how important it is. Like I said, in first semester, you have 7 courses. 7 courses. You need to know where to be at every point in time. You know that from 8 to 5, you're going to be booked and busy. But if you don't have a timetable, you don't want to have to waste time thinking, oh yeah, it's a Monday, so what course do I have at 10 o'clock on a Monday? Like, just set your timetable. Put every course, and what I did on my laptop is that I color coded it and then I made it my wallpaper. So each time I open my laptop, or even on your phone, each time I open my laptop, what I saw was my timetable. Then I'm like, oh, okay, it's a Tuesday today, so I know at 10 o'clock I have auditing. Okay, cool. Let me go to my auditing lecture. You know, stuff like that. Just to cut back the thinking and the thought process. Set a timetable. It helps. It really, really does help. Secondly, I think it's really important to take care of your mental health. Second year is a mental battle. More than anything, it will test how strong you are up here. If you're a person who prays, pray a lot. If you're a person who meditates, meditate. If you're a person who does sports and exercises, do what you need to take care of this. The mental battle is tough. I'm not even gonna lie. There are days where you want to give up. There are days where you think, is this degree even worth it? Or for 4 letters at the end of my name, CASA. Like, you need to have a strong mentality going into second year. Don't look at yourself as a failure, because number one, you can't fail by just entering second year. Second year is so heavy and it's one of the most important years. You don't want to fail in your head already, because everything else will like manifest itself naturally. What you need to do is focus on the battle in your mind. You are a winner, you are a victor. Do what you need to do mentally to succeed. Okay, third thing is talk to your lecturers. Make sure you know who your lecturers are, number one, and make sure you actually talk to them. I think as students, we don't use our lecturers as they should. We don't. Our lecturers are there to teach us the content, and they're there when we don't understand. If you need to, go for a consultation. You know, when you go for a consultation, and then a lecturer shows you a shortcut to something. Look at that. You got a one-on-one lecture. You see, you got all the attention put on you. You know what it is that you're struggling with, and your lecturers kind of like build a rapport with you. So maybe you're not to say they'll like check your mark or anything, but maybe like if you build a relationship with your lecturers, obviously professional relationship. If you build a relationship with your lecturers, they can help you every step of the way. You're struggling with something, they can help you. When you're doing well, they can maybe congratulate you. They can help you step out of your comfort zone and even push you to be better. If you're not comfortable talking to your lecturers, you can talk to an academic trainee. So an academic trainee is like a younger version of a lecturer. They're like in their early to mid 20s. So if you feel very uncomfortable talking to a lecturer, always talk to your ATs or even your tutors. Just talk to someone who knows the subject so well that they can help you when you are struggling. Sometimes we don't know what our own blind spots are, but if you just, like I said, they can even push you to be better and push you to do even better things in your work, in your schooling career. They could even give you career advice, show you what it is that you need to do. Another thing that I really think is important is, in terms of studying, learn to work smart and not hard. Like I said, You have 7 courses in first semester alone. You can't study for 5 hours on one course. You have 7 other courses. You don't have 35 hours in a day. So you need to start to think about, how am I going to divide my time? How am I going to maximize my productivity? Stuff like that. You need to maximize your productivity in second year. You don't have time, but you have a lot to do. And thirdly, build friendships in the degree. You know, some people have past papers that you don't know where they come from. Some people have notes that you don't know where they come from, but they have them. If you have friends in the degree, you already covered, like, I feel like, one half of the battle. Notes, guys. Imagine not having to write notes because you got someone's notes. Like, just, you see, you're already like saving time somewhere else. Getting the notes, getting the help, getting past papers. Build friends within the degree. Do not be alone in this journey. Someone can help you do better in management accounting or financial reporting, but just build friends in the degree. Okay, I think I've been speaking so much. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it a lot. Like I said, I am a final year accounting student. I am in 3rd year, and I'm really hoping and trusting that 2024 will be a year where we get to grow the channel, number one, and just get to grow as a person, get to grow in my academics, and just achieve what it is that we have set out to achieve. I wish you all the best. I hope that if you're in 1st year or you're in 2nd year next year, good luck. Focus on your academics, but learn to have a life outside of school. And if you're in 3rd year next year, my babies, final year, this is us. We are 1 year away from graduation. Don't look back, look forward. You have 12 months left until you're done with undergrad, and just look to how far you've come and look to where you're going, and let that just be a reminder that if I could do it then, it means the battles I'm going to face in final year will not take me out, but I will overcome. Love and light, everybody. I hope you are great and have enjoyed your holidays. From me, thank you so much. Peace out.